welcome back to our daily article. Today we are going to be reading about groundhogs. So the article is called Groundhog or Woodchuck. So I'm going to read the article out loud, then we'll discuss it together and you guys will reread and answer the questions on your own. Groundhog or woodchuck. What's the difference between a groundhog and a woodchuck? Actually, they are the same animal. Groundhogs are also known as woodchucks and even marmots. Okay, so a groundhog can be called a groundhog or a woodchuck or a marmot. Here, it has three names. Groundhogs are the largest members of the squirrel family. They are a member of a special group of ground squirrels called marmots. Groundhogs may not look like they would be good climbers, but they are. Even with their heavy-looking bodies, they can climb trees to escape predators or check out their surroundings. Groundhogs like to stay alert, which is why you'll often see them standing on their hind legs and being very still. A lot of times you'll see a groundhog standing up like this. It's because they're checking their surroundings, making sure they're safe. If a groundhog senses danger, it will give a loud whistle to warn other groundhogs. Besides whistling, groundhogs will grind their teeth together and make low barking sounds. Climbing trees isn't a groundhog's only talent. They are also good swimmers. Oh wow, we've learned about a lot of animals that are good swimmers, right? We learned about the giant anteater and the armadillo. They were good swimmers too. But groundhogs prefer to be in burrows under the ground, which is where they make their homes. A burrow usually has anywhere from 2 to 5 exits to help the groundhog escape predators. So the burrow is a tunnel in the ground and a hole that it digs and it lives in there. Luckily, groundhogs have very strong limbs and curved claws that make digging easy. Once a burrow is made, the groundhog will stay close to it. This is why they make their burrows near sources of food. So they want to make their burrows near places where they can get food because they like to stay safe, very close to their burrows in case they need to hop down inside of there to hide from a predator. Groundhogs eat mostly wild grass and other vegetation, but they do eat small animals like grasshoppers, snails, and grubs too. So they like to eat mostly plants, but they will eat some meat too. While groundhogs will eat nuts like squirrels do, they do not store food the same way. So they don't store up food like a squirrel does. Groundhogs will eat and eat all summer long to build up fat in their bodies. So they eat and get really fat. Once the weather starts getting cold, they hibernate like bears in underground burrows. These are called winter burrows and are different from the burrows groundhogs use during the summer months. They'll sleep until spring, living off the body fat that they have stored up all summer. So they don't have to eat, they just sleep, just like a bear, hibernate. Whether you call them groundhogs, woodchucks, or marmots, these creatures have become quite famous among humans. They even have a day named after them. Yes, they do, which you guys will be taking a closer look at later in the week, called Groundhogs Day. All right, so let's quickly go over the main points of the article and then you guys can get started. So we learned that there's 3 names for a groundhog, a woodchuck, or a marmot. They are a part of the squirrel family. They're good climbers, right? They can hide in trees. They make a lot of different noises and they whistle to warn other groundhogs about danger. We learned that they're good swimmers, like some other animals we learned about, like the giant anteater and the armadillo. They like to dig burrows, I believe, like the aardvark and the giant anteater. We know that they eat grass and they also sometimes eat meat, like insects and snails, slugs. They hibernate in the winter, just like a bear, right? They get really, really fat in the summer. They eat lots of food. Then when it gets cold, they go into their special winter burrows and go to sleep for the winter and live off of their fat. All right, guys, now you're going to reread the article on your own and answer the questions.